Hello and welcome to Nosy Tarot Entertainment, where this nosy person plays with tarot cards for entertainment only. Today we're going to pull some cards on the 3-game suspension of Azeez Al-Shaair with the Houston Texans. So he had a hit on Trevor Lawrence with the Jaguars, and he got suspended for 3 games. So I thought we would see what comes up in the reading. Let's go ahead and get started with Major Arcana. What is Azeez current overall Major Arcana? Azeez current overall Major Arcana. What is the Texans overall Major Arcana, please? The Texans overall Major Arcana. Got 2. I'm going to take them both. And what is the NFL's overall Major Arcana? Okay, so starting with Azeez, we got the Temperance in the reverse. So I think that there is a bit of duality going on here. I think that it is a mixture of feeling as though the decision is unfair. Maybe it's a little biased, but excuse me, that came out of nowhere. So maybe he feels as though, they're trying to stifle his voice. But I get the sense that he also feels deep down inside that maybe he just wishes he would do better. Maybe he wishes he had a little more self-control. This could also be him being out of balance in regards to the physical world and the spiritual world, or the physical world and the mental world. Now let's see the overall Major Arcana for the Texans, the Magician, and the Chariot. So I get the sense that this is probably the actual team, like his teammates. You can see a lot of people there. Whereas the Magician, I get the sense that this would be like upper management. So like coaching staff, the owners, general managers. But I think that they are behind Azeez. And I think that they are encouraging him, and I think that they are actually hopeful. I don't know if you are able to appeal this kind of stuff, or if you're able to respond, but this can be like a card of manifestation. So this would be like them trying to bring about some kind of change, and with that, maybe it would be like some kind of change to figure out like how the decision was made to suspend him for 3 games, because that is what made me want to pull cards on this, because I felt like 3 games was a lot, and I was trying to think about the last time I heard of someone getting suspended for 3 games. So maybe the Magician is the upper management of the Texans, trying to get clarification and have them answer for what exactly it was that made them decide that 3 games was, sufficient. And then the overall Major Arcana for the NFL, Injustice. So this makes me feel like maybe now, with everyone hearing, what they have decided for Azeez, maybe they have stepped back and thought like, okay, well, are we trying to make an example of him? Was this a game too many in as far as suspension? But I do think that the justice in the reverse is also reflective of trying to keep a very dangerous, high impact sport safe for everyone. But I do get the sense that they are trying to make an example of him. So let's just pull some cards. Let me adjust my lighting. Okay. Tell us about the hit on Trevor Lawrence. Tell us about Okay, so very interesting cards that came out. So this is, trying to justify what has happened, like having all eyes on him, Azeez, that is, and almost feeling like he's the villain. He has been vilified. And also, you know what? I'm just going to read this one. This is the judgment card in the reverse, and it says indecisiveness, self doubt, malicious gossip, lack of self awareness, unwilling to learn karmic lessons. So apply that as you will. I do want to ask, tell us about Trevor Noah. Tell us about Trevor Lawrence's current energy. Trevor Lawrence's current energy, please. Trevor Lawrence's current energy. Okay, so this is him, of course. We all want him to be safe, and healthy, but this is him being like on the fence. This is him almost like wanting to be left out of it. I don't know if he is gonna make a statement regarding the situation, but I do think that he can see where perhaps Azeez was already in motion and pulling back was not possible. Or, he can also see where, the game needs to be made safe for everyone else. But he seems to see both sides. Tell us about the decision that the NFL made to suspend Azeez. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so King of Pentacles, the Death card. Also, before I turn this one over, this deck in particular, the Knight of Swords flashed while I was shuffling. So the NFL regarding this decision, justice. Okay, so they're trying to be fair and they want to bring about change. And so I think that they are using this as an opportunity to be like, hey, this has got to change. And you can also see right here, these are both heart chakras. So this is, I think, it's about a passion, it's about love, but love for players and not just the game. Like I think that they're really trying to change the NFL so we see the players as people with families and loved ones. And so they're trying to revolutionize this game. And I think that this ultimately came from, like the CEO. I want to say Roger Goodell. Is he still the president of the NFL? But yeah, so it came from, in Spanish, we say El Mero Mero. This came from the top. The King of Pentacles, he is on top of, the entire NFL. I'm surprised that the Emperor hasn't come out. But yeah, so they're trying to institute the rules, and they want to make some changes. So tell us how Azeez is feeling right now after this decision to suspend him. How is Azeez feeling? Okay. So I think that he feels good, that it seems like a lot of people have his back. Again, look at all this heart chakra that is here. And this is talking about love, returning to one's roots. This is a Scorpio card. This is about the ego right here, and the conscious mind or the ego. And so I think right now he's really getting a lot of support and comfort and encouragement from his teammates, maybe his, friends, family, and people from his past. So maybe like college buddies or, childhood friends. What else can we know about Azeez Al-Shaair's suspension? Thank you. The High Priestess in the reverse and the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so this really does make me feel like, maybe it is a harsher punishment than, than they should have instituted. And I feel that because one, this is the Knight of Cups in the reverse. So this talks about, having some kind of illusion or not being able to see something very clearly. And also, it could be like a bit of a scapegoat. And then you pair that with the High Priestess in the reverse. And that's not having all of the information, that's having something that is left out. The World in the reverse, the Five of Cups in the reverse, and the Two of Cups in the reverse. So this is about them stopping what they feel is a vicious cycle. And I do agree with that, because there have been very horrible injuries on the field, on live TV, if watched them. And so I think that they are trying to change that. And I think, again, this Two of Cups, it is talking about the livelihood, health, and wellness of the players. The Empress in the reverse, the Four of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, I think ultimately most people are really upset with Azeez and this hit. I think that there's definitely some hurt feelings. There's definitely love lost, and he doesn't have a lot of supporters. Not a lot of love is being shown to him, because I do think that Trevor Lawrence was injured, and he's going to be out for a while. He's going to have to rest and recuperate. Advice for Azeez, please. Temperance, self-control, moderation, balance. Also, this is about expansion and you being able to expand outside of your comfort zone. Look what came out, the Knight of Swords, but in the reversed. So, consider this a lesson learned. You're going to have to stand your ground and defend yourself, but you need to be more tactful. And I think one of the things that a lot of the defense players have said about playing for D'Amico Ryans is that he wants them to play, what do they say? Like, he wants them to play without thinking. But I think for Azeez, he needs to think a little more in regards to his playing. And his style. And I think that Azeez is a play caller. I think, what is he, a middle linebacker? I think he's a play caller for the field. He helps with adjustments and stuff. So 3 games, there's how many weeks left in the season? This is going to be a huge thorn in the side of the Texans. And I think they're at the top of their division right now. And so he's not only going to have to defend himself against the people who feel that he is a dirty player, and he not only hurt or took a cheap shot on Trevor Lawrence, but also kind of went off on the sidelines. But he's also going to have to defend himself almost to maybe some teammates or the fans who are going to think that he's a little selfish for the way that he reacted and played. Tell us about the fans. How do the fans feel about Azeez being suspended? Where did you go? 3 of Coins, the 19, which is the Sun card, and then the okay, so I think that the fans are, they're definitely sad that they have lost him for 3 games. And I also think that they feel as though there's almost like a conspiracy that is going on. And, that there's a lot of people that have come to this conclusion. But I think that they are optimistic. So they're focusing on the positive, and otherwise they are really hurt about it. Tell us about the near future regarding these kinds of hits. Near future regarding these kinds of hits. Queen of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so yeah, I think that this is very symbolic of what a lot of people are saying, that you know this decision for a 3-game suspension is quite harsh compared to other people who have taken some cheap shots on people and only got like a game, 1-game suspension. So I think that they're going to continue to pick and choose how they institute these kinds of fines and suspensions, ejections, stuff like that. They're going to be pretty fickle about it. I'm going to switch decks and let's just see what comes out. What can we know about Azeez and the 3-game suspension? Azeez, Al-Shaair, and the decision to suspend him for 3 games. Okay, so we did get 3 cards. We got the Queen of Coins in the reverse, the Death card, and the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So I definitely feel like the NFL is covering their own behinds. They are trying to, yes, protect the players, but also to cover their own butts because they are liable. Again, I'm getting a tickle in my throat. So I'm not sure how the decision was made, but I don't think that they're going to be very vocal on what made them decide that 3 games was sufficient. But yeah, I think that Azeez has a bad reputation regarding, I don't know. He's got a bad reputation. And so they're trying to use him to bring about change in the NFL. And I also think that he has a bit of what they would consider like a big shadow side. Like he's dealing with shadow work, So it's like, hey, this is the perfect opportunity for us to get our message across. All right, we got the Knight of Wands in the reverse. We also got the 3 of Coins in the reverse, the 6 of Cups, and the Hierophant. So I'm curious, does the NFL do some kind of like a counseling program? I think that they have like pastors and spiritual advisors on certain teams. I know certain teams, I wouldn't doubt if the Texans is one. They have like a spiritual Bible study kind of thing, but I wouldn't doubt if they don't recommend like some kind of counseling. I think that this is also probably talking about like rehab for Trevor Lawrence as well. But I think that they are going to come up with an actual, what is it called? Like a scale for how these kinds of decisions are made, as far as not only suspensions, but like dirty plays, cheap shots. It's like the equivalent. We always think, I always think of the quarterback as like the princess, and the offensive line as like the moat and bridge that you have to cross to get to the princess. But they do have other rules for other players, like what is it, defenseless receiver. So I think that they're going to come up with more things to keep people safer. But I think at this point they're not really going to be able to be specific as to why a 3-game suspension was their decision. How do the other teams feel about this 3-game suspension? The Magician in the reverse, the 7 of Wands in the reverse, and the Page of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so I get that there's a division here. I think that some people are kind of defending not Azeez's actions, but the fact that a 3-game suspension is, you know, kind of a big punishment. I wonder if he got a fine on top of that. But I do see a division here, and so they are defending him a little bit, and it's almost like they themselves are curious. Like, tell us the truth of the matter. How did y'all get to the decision of suspending him for 3 games? And I do think that the players and the team, I want to say managers, like management, are going to try and use this as a way to bring about an actual structural policy. All right, now tell us about the remaining games for the Texans. Remaining games for the Texans. That is the 9 of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, so I think they're going to have a lot of losses. There might be, I think there's 4 games left, maybe 5. 9 of Cups in the reverse. They're going to be unhappy. 3 of Swords. Yeah, they're going to feel betrayed. And I think that everyone's going to be watching and that they're going to be happy to see their demise. That's kind of sad. All right, and then lastly, tell us about the near future for Trevor Lawrence. This is Judgment card in the reverse. So I think that, you know, he's going to be out a few games, at least 2. Yeah, he's going to be doing some, not recuperation, some rehabilitation. And yeah, maybe even 3 games. Yeah, he's going to be struggling. So that is my reading on Azeez, Al-Shaair, and the 3-game suspension for his hit on Trevor Lawrence. If there are any other readings that you want me to do, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you in my next video.